Hello everyone, Edward76 here again. Well, it's been a while. Sorry I haven't posted anything lately, but I feel today is the time is right. The time is now. So that's what the title of this today's upload will be, is the time is now. Well, what do I mean by the time is now? And what could I ever be getting at? Well, just look around you. You got Occupy Wall Street, you got the Tea Party, you got unrest in the Middle East, you got unrest, or you got protests in Europe, protests in the UK, protests in the United States, in Canada, South America, in Mexico. Everywhere in the world you have protests. Now, why is that? What, are people just revisiting the 60s and just say, I feel like protesting because I'm pissed off and whatnot? No. It goes a little bit more deeper than that. There's a big issue here at hand, and people are starting to realize, people are starting to wake up, people are starting to understand, hey, there's more to this world, and there's a lot going on. Now, I can talk everything from about the mundane to the spiritual to the material and everything in between. But the thing is, what I am going to be talking to you about is complements the whole ball of wax. They're just about. I'm not going to say I'm going to talk about everything, but you get the gist. With everything that's going on in the world, it's really centering on some of the old ideas and the old ways of doing things are not working anymore. They're not. Things need to be different. Things need to change, and people are starting to recognize this and starting to see, hey, the way things are set up it's just not working, and it's time for something new. And people realize this. Now, what does this mean? I mean, what does this mean for you and me? For the people who are in Africa, for the people who are in Asia. I mean, this is not just for people who are making money and whatnot. This is going to affect everybody on the planet in some way, fashion, or form. Because for far too long, there's been an imbalance on this planet. Where people have been above others, people have been below others, people have been stuck in the middle, for lack of a better word. People have been stepping on other people's backs to support themselves, while they say they support the weak, but it's the time for lying, the time for misrepresentation is over. The time for truth is now, and that is going to entail all of us working together to bring this common goal to fruition. Not by a few people who say that they got great ideas and we're the only ones who are able to implement this. This is going to be a culmination effect of everybody. Everybody is a piece of this puzzle, but literally, you have the Tea Partiers, you got the every type of movement and everything that stands for the truth and for equal rights and for liberty for all is all a part of this grand puzzle, this grand scheme that is going on. Or I like to say this grand wake-up call. More and more people are starting to realize, hey, I'm a decent human being. We all want what's right for ourselves, for our families, for our daughters and sons, and along the way, we've stumbled into stumbling blocks, roadblocks along the way. Where we fall into various warfare. We fight amongst ourselves. Now, would that be class warfare? Would that be religious warfare? Or ideological warfare? We've, for thousands and thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years, or hundreds of years, that is, we've all been in one form or fashion fighting against each other and fighting within ourselves, or fighting ourselves. That has to stop for change to happen, for us to move on and get over the same old song and dance. We have to rise above this, and by doing this, we have to fix our personal selves, our personal problems, and we have to collectively work together to help each other. Now, there's maybe some people who are more better off than someone else, more better situated, and they say, hey, I'm at where I'm at because I've done hard work and whatnot. But that does not alleviate them of the responsibility here. You know, just because they've done well for themselves in whatever fashion that may that be spiritually, maybe that be financially, or something materialistically, that doesn't alleviate them of their job here at this point in time, right now, and that's to help lead the way, either that by example or wherever that may be. But their responsibility is just not to do for themselves, but to help do for others. And what I mean by that is to be that role model, and by being there for each person who asks for it. If someone asks for help, now they don't have to prop them up or anything. I'm just saying, be there in like a mentor. You know, you don't have to be you don't have to be like a father figure or anything, but just be like or a parent. You just be there as a human being, and that's what it boils down to. We can't separate this. Well, you know, I'm past this situation in my life where, you know, I don't have money or whatnot, and I don't want to be around people of such lower states of living. And that's that type of thinking. We have to get over that. We have to be there and say, hey, you know, I understand where you're coming from. I understand your situation. I can give you tips on what got me better, but, you know, eventually we're gonna have to let those people decide for themselves. All you're there for is to help in a given situation as you see fit. Now, some people may just want to stay clear of that because they just don't want to be a part of that. But in the end, overall, we're all, each one of us, no matter where we're on, if we have this this ladder of evolution, if you want to say, no matter where we're on this ladder, we have to help each other here at this point in time, in this planet, and in this day and age, because that's the only way we're going to break out of this cycle of repeating, you know, where we're going to just leave the rest of the people to defend for themselves. We're all in this together, and if we don't come out of this together, then we'll just repeat the old cycles of the old ages. And give you a perfect example. All right, Roman Empire. What happened to them? All right, various empires, the Ottoman Empire, you name it. All right, we can even go back to Atlantis. All right, people say, "Oh, that's mythological," but other people know better. There's that part of history has been lost, but it's been in recent years, in the last 100 years or so, that's starting to come more and more into fruition, and some of the pieces of that larger puzzle is starting to come together, and people are finding more sunken cities, you know, out in the Mediterranean, out off the coast of Japan, you know, Cuba and whatnot. And from what we're told, the ocean's levels have not been that low in over 10,000 years. Now, I don't have to get into all that, but you get the idea. All right. But I digress. I'm getting a little bit off topic here now. But I'm trying to get back to the center here, back to the balance of the issue. All right, we're all going to have to come together, and we're going to need each other. There's going to be people who are going to be scared. People are going to be like, they don't know what to do, and they'll react in some strange way because that's the only way they know how to react. But we have to be there for them. We can't do things for them, like I said, but we have to be there as that mentor, as that we have to lead by example. And if we leave people to forsake them for the conditions that they are in, or for the mentality that they may think, then we're no better than the power elite in this world. All right, we're no better than those people who wish to step on other people's backs to support themselves, or to remove themselves from the greater whole because they think they're better than others. We're all connected. We're all in this together. Okay, and I just really want to reinforce this, that when the time is now, the time for separation, the time for someone else's fault, that's out the door. We have to come together. We have to work on ourselves, work with each other in whatever way that may be, and help rebuild this world from the ground up. Because right now it's coming down, and there's going to be those who are going to be opportunistic, who are going to try to Slippy the Mickey, try to say, hey, we're doing things okay over here, and things are going to be all right, and they're saying, oh, look to me for these answers. There's no me in this. This is all of us. We all have to come together on this, because if we don't, um, I'm not going to promote fear. It's like things are going to go worse and worse and worse, and we're going to live in a world that we really don't want to see. And this comes back to what each human wants. Each human wants, no matter if you're power elite, if you're scraping for food for $2 a day, somewhere in the world, or just trying to stay warm at night. We all have a role in this. We all have a job in this. We all have to come together, and by expressing ourselves and by sharing ideas, sharing our experiences, this is how we are going to rise above and to make a new and better world for ourselves, our children's, and our children's children. And that's the only way it's going to happen. No one's going to come here to save us. There's going to be no miracle government cure. Say, hey, bail this out. We're going to make new jobs. That's not going to work. All right. What has to happen is for people to stand up for what's right. And everybody know what is right. It's just a question of doing it. And hopefully we can all have the fortitude and the gumption to speak our mind without being labeled as a nutcase or someone who's just crazy. All that way of thinking is all old school stuff. That's all old news. It's not the way of the future. And you're starting to see that right now. People, everyone from veterans to doctors to lawyers to college students to junior high school students, everyone across the board, various, regardless of creed, race, or religion or whatever, they're all speaking out. And you wonder why. Because we all know at the core of the issue there's something wrong with the world, and we know that change needs to happen. And that's what this whole thing's all about. The time is now. The time is to come together. The time is to throw away the things of old and stop repeating the same stuff that has been going on for thousands of years on this planet, of mutual self-destruction, and only the few and elite survive, and to start to rebuild over. I know this sounds like the Matrix movie and whatnot, but I mean, it's eerily similar. But we all have to come together. It's all for one and one for all, like the Musketeers like to say. But that's so very true. And until we can fully realize that, we will still have struggles and issues to deal with. But that's okay. That's it's all about learning from our experiences and our mistakes. And that's all right. And I want to thank you. And until next time, this is Edward 76.